don't make us who we are. So I'll dream until I make it real. And
hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is a very quick video. You guys have been asking me to do this video for the longest time. I'm sorry I've not had the perfect time to do this, but I'm glad that I'm doing it today. I'm also going to upload another 2 videos. I think you guys have been asking me questions in the comment section from another video that I did last year about Greencard. So I'm going to answer a few questions that were asked under that video. And one video was about how to get a host in the United States after winning a green card, because having a host is a requirement even before going to the interview. So you must know how to get a host in case you do not have anyone in the United States. So let me not talk too much and let's get into the video. So a lot of you guys have been asking me to do the green card application process tutorial, just to make sure that you guys are doing the correct thing. I know some people are so much confused, especially about the passport photo and even the education level and the work experience. So I want to take you through the whole process just to make sure that you guys are doing the right thing and increase your chances of winning, because if you do the correct thing, obviously, you know. So I'm sorry. So this is the official website. There is no any other website. This is the only website, and it is dvprogram.state.gov. dvprogram.state.gov. Do not apply from any other website other than this one, and it is totally free of charge. You will not be required to pay any amount of money. As you will see as I take you through the process, you will not see anywhere. So just in case you come across any other websites that are asking you for money, run Morife style, okay? Because it's free of charge. So the first thing after getting into the website, this is what you're going to see. Obviously, welcome. It's going to let you know when the website was activated. This is when it started, and it started on 5th of October 2022, and it will end on 8th of November 2022. So there's still a few days remaining, or rather a few weeks remaining. So you still have time, you know, to go through the instructions. Just make sure that you read everything carefully and you meet all the requirements. Then you can begin your entry. Even if you apply the last day, it doesn't matter. Like, they do not, like, this is a lottery, so it doesn't matter whether you apply the first day or you apply the last day. You still have equal chances to, you know, to win. So let me not talk too much. So immediately after getting in, this is what you're going to see: instructions. Make sure you go through the instructions carefully. Make sure that you read each and everything. So this is the program overview. As you can see here, there are a few countries that are named here. If you come from any of these countries, then you are not eligible to apply for green card. You cannot apply for green card. Okay, not that you cannot, but your country is not eligible to apply for green card. But if you are married to a spouse who comes from any other country other than this, then you can claim their country of birth. I'm going to explain that later as we continue. So if you come from any of these countries, then that means your country is not eligible if you were born in this country. So let's get to read the instructions. So this is eligibility requirement number 1. Okay, this is requirement number 1. These requirements are a must. Like, you must meet all the requirements for you to be eligible to apply for green card. So as you can see, number 1, it says natives of a country with historically low rates of immigration to the United States may be eligible to enter. I hope you understand that it means if your country has a low number of immigrants to the United States, then your country is eligible. Like, let's say in Africa we have Tanzania, we have Nigeria here. Nigeria is not eligible because in the past 5 years there have been a high number of immigrants from Nigeria to the United States. That's why they're not eligible. Okay, I have seen some rumors huko TikTok watu wanaongea mambo mengi sana. Anyway, so you must come from a country that is eligible. So if you come from any country other than this, then your country is eligible and you can apply for green card. But let's say you are coming from a country that is not eligible, but you are married to a spouse that is living in a country that is eligible, then you can claim their country of birth. Okay, you can claim their country of birth provided that you and your spouses are named on the selected entry and found eligible. Okay, so requirement number 2 is you must meet the education or work experience requirement of the DV program. So you must either have a high school certificate or 2 years of working experience within the past 5 years in an occupation that requires at least 2 years of training or experience to perform. Okay, it's not just any work. So if you have a KCSE certificate, then you are good to go. Or let me say, if you have a high school certificate, okay, you can apply. Let's say you don't have that. If you have a 2 years work of experience within the past 5 years in an occupation that requires at least 2 years of training, then you have to come on this link. As you can see, this written in blue, this is a link that will take you to on it. You will click on that link, then you are going to see if your job is eligible. So after clicking there, you'll come here. As you can see, job family, then select your area of expertise. Like let's say you did art and design, entertainment, sports and media. Select that one, then browse, then go to your specific occupation. Let's say you are a dancer, click the dancer, then scroll down. Make sure you read everything carefully, although that's not very important. Here we are looking for the SVP range. As you can see right here, this is what we are looking for. As you can see, the SVP range is 1 to 2 years of preparations. Yeah, 1 to 2 years of preparation, and the SVP range is 6.0 to 7.0, and the minimum requirement of your job to be qualified is 7 and above. So that means, what does that mean? If you know what that means, please comment down below, just to make sure that we are together. Yeah, okay, don't worry, I'm going to explain further as we go. Okay, let's say you're a fashion designer. You come down here, you scroll until where you will see SVP range, and the SVP range, it says 6 to 7. In case you know what that means, please comment down below. If you're an interior designer, don't worry, I'm going to say this at the end of. And as you can see here, this one, so which job category is this? This is an interior designer, and interior designer, the SVP range is 7 to 8. I hope you guys understand. I'm going to explain that later, but I just want you to tell me in the comment section, like, what do you understand? So let's select another job category, like building and grounds cleaning and maintenance. You come here, let's say you are ground maintenance, janitor, except maids and housekeeping, cleaners. Let's see, this one is the SVP range. As you can see here, it needs 3 to 1 year of preparation. The SVP range is, oh no, the SVP range is 4 and not more than 6. So what does that mean, guys? I hope you have commented down below. So that means you are not qualified. So let us continue without wasting much time. So after clicking this on it online, you're going to see whether your work experience qualifies. So as I have already said, the entry period is between 5th October and 8th November 2022. Later than that, there are no entry that will be accepted after that date, after 8th of November. So if you apply 9th November, like, you'll not be able to submit that entry. Okay, and be very keen about time. As you can see, this is 12 p.m. This is 12 p.m. EST. So that is 12 p.m. New York time. So that means, like in Kenya, for example, it is 7 p.m. So if you apply at 8 p.m., it should not be accepted, because that is the time that it will end. Okay, so let's continue. Completing your entry. This is what you need to note. Submitting your entry. Submitting your electronic visa online. This is the website, and they will not accept any incomplete entries or entries sent by any other means. So this is the only website, and it is free of charge, and they strongly encourage you to complete this entry yourself. You don't need an agent, you don't need a consultant. As long as you know how to read and understand, then you can do this thing by yourself. By the way, it's very, very easy. But just in case you're facing some challenges, you can go to the cyber, but make sure that the cyber attendant give you the unique confirmation number. In most cases, they don't give you that confirmation number. They will keep it for yourself. They will tell you it will come later, and I will keep it for you. Once you win, I'm going to just let you know. No, that's not how it works. Yeah, they will put that for you, like they will keep it for you until later next year. Then they will call you, they will tell you that you have won, but you have to pay some amount of money. I'm talking about some cases that I've had. Yeah, so make sure when the cyber attendant is helping you, they give you your unique confirmation number immediately before leaving that cyber, because you will use it next year when checking your entrance status to check whether you have been selected or not. And to check whether you have been selected or not, it will start on May 6th. Okay, it will begin on May 6th. That's when you'll be able to check your status. So this is what to expect when submitting an entry. Like, this is what you expect to fill in. Obviously, your name. Make sure you read and understand carefully how you should write your names. You will start with your last name, then middle name, then first name. Okay, the last name is your family name, first name, then middle name. Like, let's say you are Fatma Abdi Salim, then the way you're going to write is Salim Fatma Abdi. Or let's say you are Joyce Kadzo Kahindi, you are going to write Kahindi Joyce Kadzo. Okay, yeah. Okay, here is your gender. Are you a male or a female? Birth date, be careful here. You will start with your here it says day, month and year, but when submitting it is month, date and year. You will see. Instead of us going through all this, let me just take you to the next page so that we can begin. Okay, because this is the same thing. As you can see, this is the same thing. This is what you are going to answer, like city of birth, where you were born, your country of birth, country of eligibility. Make sure you just you answer everything accordingly. The most important things to note is about the photos. Like I'm going to tell you about the photos. The photos should be 2 by 2 inch. There are specific measurements that you should know. Like the whole photo should be 2 by 2 inches, 600 by 600 pixels. Okay, that is the resolution. So when you go to the cyber and taking a photo, make sure they send to you via email, because if they send you via the WhatsApp, it may affect the resolution of that photo. It will not be 600 by 600 anymore. It will be another resolution that is unacceptable. So make sure they send you through the email. So it should be 2 by 2 and 600 by 600, and it should not be more than, I think, 240 kbs. And then another thing is the size of the photo. Like, let's say the head, the chin to the top of the head, it should be 1/3/8. Okay, I know that is so much information to digest, but don't worry, I'm going to help you. Just in case you are having any challenges, make sure to reach me on my Instagram and I will freely help you. So let's go next. As you can see, the mailing address. In care of, it means another person's address. Okay, another person's address that is not yours. Like, let's say in Kenya, most of the times we use addresses that belongs to a school or a church. That is not your address. That address is not under your name. Yeah, so we'll say, like, let's say you're using a school, so you're going to write in care of that school. Okay, because it is not your address. Like, it has to reach somebody else before you. I hope we are together. Then the rest you can just copy them from your birth certificate, a country where you live today. This is another thing. If you live in Qatar but you are born in Kenya, this means where you are at that moment when you are applying for that green card. Phone number is optional. Email address is very important. Make sure that you put an address that you can easily access anytime, anywhere, and it belongs to you. Education level, there is primary education. Obviously, if you put primary education, they're going to disqualify you because the minimum requirement is high school diploma. So if you put primary school only, they are somehow going to disqualify you. So make sure you just put any education level that suits you. Like, if you have, mostly it is high school diploma because that's the minimum requirement. Yeah. If you have a degree, then you're going to write university degree. This is after you have graduated. If you have not yet graduated, then you're just going to write either a high school diploma or some university courses, because these are those short courses which do not last more than, I think, 2 years. Yeah. Vocational school, this is a school where you need training. This is like a college. Vocational school, these are colleges where you get diploma. Okay. Marital status, this is another thing that I've seen a lot of people coming with their own theories, but I'm also not very perfect, but some theories are just pure lies. So you will only write unmarried if you do not have a spouse. Like, if you're not married. Okay, married, but and my spouse is not a US citizen, so this means you are married. Make sure you have a marriage certificate. Okay, but if you have a spouse, let's say you have a husband or you have wife and children and you have properties together, you can write married then you can look for that certificate. Then after winning, you will get you'll have to fill in the DS260 form. There is where you're going to update your marriage. I'm saying that because when you go for the interview, they are going to ask you, where did you apply as married yet you did not have a marriage certificate? You're going to explain yourself that you guys were married but you did not have that marriage certificate, but we have been married for the longest time, we have kids together, we have properties together. It's something that you can prove that you guys were married. But if you do not have a marriage certificate, there are no kids, there are no properties, you cannot write married, because they are going to disqualify you, because they will think that you are just adding an extra person, so that you can bring them to the United States. So it is very easy. So do not lie. Only write married if you have a marriage certificate, if you don't want it to cost you. So the rest are self-explanatory, but make sure if you write divorced, then make sure you have the divorce certificate. You have court order, just make sure you have that legal document to prove that you guys are divorced. But you are not divorced if you used to live with your husband or wife in that come we stay kind of a marriage. Okay, so if you are writing divorced, make sure you have that paper. If you write married, make sure that you have that marriage certificate. Widowed, the same. Separated, the same. That is legally separated. Even if you are still in the process of separation, then you cannot write separated. You are still married until you have that paper in your hand. Okay, the rest are self-explanatory. Make sure that when you are listing your kids, list all your children, all your biological children that are alive. If you have an adopted kid, then make sure you have the legal adoption documents. Okay, and most of the times they want you to have adopted that kid for at least 2 years. But if you have a kid that you have adopted, make sure you have the documents. Okay, and the kids should be 21 and below and unmarried. But let's say you have a kid who is 20 years and they are married or they have a kid, then you cannot include them in your entry. So yeah, let's continue. These are the specifications of the photo. It should be in color, it should be in focus. That is what I meant, like it should be 600 by 600 pixels, then sized such that the head is between 1 inch and 1/3/8 inches. That is what I was saying. That is the distance from the chin to the top of the head, or 50% and 69% of the image total height. So the total height should be 2 by 2 inches by 2 inches from the bottom of the chin to the top of the head. You can view the photo composition template here. You can see 600 by 600 pixels, then this side and this side is 2 inches. You can see here 2 inches by 2 inches, and as you can see, from the chin to the top of the head is 1/3/8. Okay, I hope you guys get it very clearly. Okay, so that's it. So let's go to the the application, this is what you will see. So you will have to HRB3. So this is what you are going to see. As you can see, you fill in your names. As you can see, last name, first name, and middle name. Be very careful. Gender, as you can see here, is month, day, and year. Be very careful here. You know we are used to write date, month, and year. Here is month, date, and year. City where you are born, whether in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Ghana, wherever. City where you are born. Oh, this is city, not city. It like, let's say, Mombasa, Nairobi, Nakuru. Yeah. Country where you are born: Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Ethiopia. Country eligibility. So this is for those who were born in a country that is not eligible now, but their spouses are were born in a country that is eligible. So let's say you are born in Nigeria. Let's give an example of Nigeria, because Nigeria is not eligible. It's asking your country of eligibility will normally be the same as your country of birth. Your country is not eligible. Your country of eligibility is not related to where you live. I hope you get up to there. If you are born in a country where that is not eligible, then please go to explanation of a country of eligibility to see if there's another option available in your case. So if you are married to a spouse that is coming from a country or was born from a country that is eligible, then you can claim. So they are asking, are you claiming eligibility? If you, let's say, for example, you are born in Kenya and you're claiming eligibility, you'll write yes. Then, if not, you must enter the country from which you're claiming. Okay, are you claiming eligibility? You will say yes. Then you're going to indicate that country where your spouse was born. The photography, we already talked about that. This is where you're going to submit your photo. Like here it will say choose new photo. This is where you're going to upload the photo. We have already talked about the mailing address in care of. This is where this is when you're using someone else's address, and all the others you already know, I'm sure, because you can get like postal code. You can even Google that. Yeah. Country where you live today, we have talked about that. Where you live when you're applying for that green card. Phone number, you can put your phone number there, although it is optional, not a must. But email address is a must, and make sure that you put the correct email address, because you're going to use it when you are going to check your entrance status. We have talked about education level. Make sure you put the correct education level. What is your current marital status? We have already talked about that. If you're not married, you don't have that paper, you're unmarried. If you have marriage certificate, you have a family, married. If you are divorced, if you are married and your spouse is a US citizen, like let's say your wife has a green card or was born here, then you can tick here, but it's not a must. You can just leave it like that. Like you can just tick, but you will not have to upload their photo because they already have their information. Legally separated, we have talked about that. Divorce, we have talked about that. You must have papers at hand to prove this. Divorced and legally separated. Okay, they have explained there. Just make sure you read carefully. Number of children, we have already explained that. Make sure that you name all your children. Even if you have 5 baby mamas, make sure you put all number of your children, even if you're not going to carry them with you. Because I did not fill this paper, we cannot continue with this entry. Okay, but the next part is I think uploading photos and all that. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end. In case you have any questions, please put them in the comment section and I will be glad to answer all your questions. I'm going to do a video about how to get a host after winning a green card. Another person was asking about how much can it cost, all the expenses, As I said, application is free, but the moment you are selected, there are some fees that you're going to pay, like the medical checkup. Per person it can be up to 37,000 per person when you are going for the medical checkup. Another thing is you will have to pay for visa fee, but all that I'm going to explain them in the next video, and I'm also going to explain like some of some of the illnesses, or let me say the diseases that can lead you to be denied a visa. I'm going to discuss all that in another video, and this is very, very serious. Make sure that you come back to watch that video. Until next time, bye bye. Please do not forget to like this video. Please leave a comment and share it with your friends if you think it is useful. Thank you.
Don't make us who we are. So I'll dream until I make it real, and all the